Hello, everybody. Bitcoin Vigilante. I'm here with Maddie and Professor B.
AKA Thea.
Thea. I mispronounced her name 4 times. But I'm in Asia where nobody pronounces my name correctly, so it's just part of the whole journey. I'm starting to do kind of a new segment, like talking to expats on why they've moved to where in Asia. And so I wanted to, because we've hung out several times. We just did our own little cool podcast that we're going to air later. What brought you guys here? Because you're both, you're Thai, but you lived. Give your story. Give your story.
So my story is a little bit different. I am Thai and my family are from here, but I lived in Australia for over 8 years. Like my whole high school, university life was there. And I think moving back was kind of like I had to because of COVID, but also I thank God I did as well, because I think looking back to when I first came back, I didn't want to come back. But now that I've been back for 5 years now, I'm glad I did, because the trajectory of where all my friends' life is going and where I want to be is like very different. Coming back to Thailand, you see it as kind of like, it's like the land of opportunity, right? We were talking about it today in the podcast as well, how like in Thailand, you could be anything, you could do anything. And there are so many different types of people who come in and out of Thailand who you can work with. And you don't really get that in Sydney. I think in Australia, it's a very much employee country.
Right.
You work for someone else. You go through this very stable career path where you work for a big 4. Girls work in marketing, guys work in finance, and like that's literally where all my friends are. And I have had a very different career path. Like I'm doing a lot of different things. I'm doing Bitcoin. I'm doing content. I work with an AI studio. Like these are not things that you could do or risk in a expensive country. Like that's a big thing as well. Risk. Being in Thailand, because the living costs are so low, you can take risks. Like I could take half a year off, try to figure out my life, try to see what I'm going to do with my life, and I would be fine because shelter is not a problem. So I think that is, shelter is cheap, like $500. You can get a nice room.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny, like my Airbnb was $650 for a month, and you guys are like, oh boy, that's Airbnb price. And I was like, wow. And I'm starting to look at rents, look for signing longer term leases, and I'm like, wow, it's insane how cheap it is. And so my question is, after 8 years in Australia, like during formative years, like high school and college, where you're like figuring out who you are as a person, when you came here, did you move here thinking I'm moving back to Thailand, or were you like, I'm going to give it a few months, and then COVID happened and sort of changed it for you? Or
so I moved back when COVID was just starting. My parents were really worried. They were like, oh, come back. There is no choice. You have to.
So when you were in high school and college, your parents were here the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I lived all by myself in high school and college. I came back, and it was during COVID. Had to work with my family, figure out like kind of the working situation then. And I think I do live a little bit more of an expat life compared to other people, because I live by myself. Like we live together, and we kind of moved out. A lot of my friends are expats. I don't work in Thailand. Like all of my salary for the past many years now has been from doing different jobs that are overseas. And I think to me, I kind of relate to both sides of myself. Like I am Thai when I go back to my family home and stuff like, which is like 40 to 50 minutes away. So it does feel a little bit out of the way.
Yeah, because you spent 8 years in Australia. When I first met you, I assumed you grew up in Australia, because you have a little bit of an Aussie accent. Like I knew you were Thai, but which I think gives you a unique perspective. And like you say, you're kind of living like an expat. You're working for non-Thai companies. A lot of your friends are expats. Your family is like 40 some minutes away, so you're not like around them all the time. How has, now that you've been here 5 years, how has your view of living in Thailand changed from 5 years ago to now?
Definitely. I feel like when I first was forced to move here because of COVID, I had a negative view of what Thailand was going to be for me. I thought it was cutting my opportunities, and I thought it was going to kind of really lessen my job opportunities. But the truth is actually the opposite. Yeah, you know, I definitely stand out more in Thailand because of my language ability, like my background. Like I have a double degree in biotechnology and business. Like I work in lots of like technical fields now, like in AI, Bitcoin, blockchain technology. So yeah, my view has definitely changed, especially like I mentioned the risk part, because I have the ability to take risks in my career. I have definitely done much better than what I would have been doing if I never took any risks in my career. So I am very grateful for Thailand for that aspect, that I was able to get out of my comfort zone, take lots of risks, and just try new things.
Wow, and that's amazing to me, the perception of like, oh man, I'm leaving, you know, Sydney, Australia, which is a fantastic city. I've been there, and there's show business. There's a lot of I have friends there, but I can see that sort of, oh no, I'm moving back to like the third world or whatever. And
the impression was 100% that. I thought I was going back to somewhat of a third world. Nothing to do, people were backwards or whatever. But now that I've been here, I think that this is the best thing that could have happened to anyone who's young. Right? Like I think Maddie is going to talk a little bit more about about why he moved here as well. But it's the best place to come no matter the age, especially when you were young, because you can try a lot of different things. And for you, I think he is for real the expat.
Yeah. So let's get your story. And I love what you're saying, because I've been in Asia like a month now. This is my third time like spending extended amount of time in Asia. I've been in Bangkok a little over 2 weeks now, and it's these 2.5 weeks in Bangkok for me have been unreal. I can't think of a place where I moved to and like boom, 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 it's happening. Now part of it is I'm fairly established in my career, but I am sort of like winging it a little bit, you know, and I had a similar like, oh man, I'm leaving LA. I've been in Hollywood a long time. I'm in the producer, I'm established there. Like, what am I doing? And I'm already like, I've done 3 shows. I've had meetings with investors. I've met with filmmakers. Like we're starting
2 weeks.
Within 2 weeks. We're new podcast. We just started a new podcast. Like, and I'm like, you're right. Bangkok is this exciting. It is a hub of Asia.
Yeah.
Because it is a melting pot of Asia, but it attracts. I noticed there's business people in this co-working space from all over the world, from India, from Australia. I noticed Thai, and there's a lot of big business. And talking to other expats that have been living here a while, they're like American expats are like, oh Graham, there's opportunity here if you hustle.
You need to hear how he came here.
Yes, let's hear.
Because like literally no job, no house, figured it all out within a week. Okay.
All right, so all right, now this story I want to hear. So tell us like your background, your half Thai, where you grew up, and then what brought you here.
Yeah, so I was born in Thailand. I was born in Bangkok, and my mum's Thai and my dad's British. But when I was about 4 years old, we decided to leave Thailand, and I hadn't really been back for about 20 years when I moved here. So I've been living mainly I grew up in Germany, but I went to university and I was working in London at the time. So I was really like Europeanized. I felt like a European and like a Brit. And working in London, I was selling real estate, and I was going around door knocking on the streets, looking around these houses, really really nice area, really expensive houses. And I was like, wow, if I grinded this every day doing this door knocking and selling these houses, after 50 years, I might be able to afford one of these houses. And I met the people who lived there, really nasty people. And then I looked around these houses and I thought, I really don't want to live here. This is like the best that I could do. Like in my whole life, I've worked my whole life for this, and I don't want it. There's got to be more to life than this. So it got to winter, I was door knocking in the snow. It was really horrendous, doing like 14 hours, getting pushed down steps, getting abused, and it was really, really awful work. So I really needed a holiday. So I went on vacation to Bangkok and Thailand. I have family here. So I went to see them for like the first time in years. I had like a big Christmas trip. And at the end of it, I was at the airport. And I remember I was crying my eyes out at the airport. I was like, I can't leave. I can't go back to London. There's no way. So I was looking for a job while in the airport gate, crying non-stop. Like, I just can't go back. I didn't get a job in the next 10 minutes while I was at the airport.
Unfortunately.
I was like,
Yeah.
if this guy just tells me I got a job, and I turned around, I was like, that's nuts. But
But no, when I went back to London, within 2 weeks, I stopped doing that work. I subleased my apartment to someone else, and I was back on the plane again, back to Thailand.
in 2 weeks,
In two weeks.
No job, no plan.
Yeah, I was
no
like,
condo.
there's at some point, it's like your hero's journey.
Yeah.
There's an urge inside of you that is like you can see this orb, and it's telling you, you walk in that direction. You don't know what's there, but you just have to go that way.
Yeah.
And I had to get on the plane. I had to leave.
And within the first
Yeah.
24 hours, who did you meet?
Yeah, I met Thea. So I landed at 4 p.m. I met her at 2 a.m. on the same night, same day.
Yeah.
And,
that has not happened to me yet.
Yeah. I've been stuck ever since.
And how did you get your first job?
Yeah, so you too. So I was just we were outside.
That's why she said that so
Yeah.
confidently.
We were outside.
How did you get your first
we were
job?
outside the club at 2 a.m. and just talking about who we both are. And I was saying I really want to get. I moved here to get a job. I used to do real estate, and so she reached out to her real estate agent.
Yeah.
And then,
Like just rented out an office space and a condo.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, let me contact.
I need to talk to you after the show because I'm looking for a place to live.
Yeah.
and then there was like a referral code at the company that she worked at, and then she got me in as like through a referral.
Yeah.
So I got into working in Thailand within the first like 2 weeks that I was here.
Yeah.
Straight in, and almost every friend that I have now in Bangkok, I met them my first night. So it really, from the day that you arrive here, the energy, the people that you meet, you just walk into a random place and everyone becomes your friend immediately.
It's when I came here a year ago, it was cool, and I was very wide-eyed, never been here before, and I was like doing shows, so I was very much just. And this isn't a bad thing. I was just like going to the club and hanging out with the comics. And I saw like, oh, wow, there's a whole expat community of comics. And and I met comics from all over the world. And they were like, oh, man, you can do shows in Kuala Lumpur. And they were like giving me the whole sort of Asian circuit or whatever. And I was like, oh, rad. So that was cool because it was just mainly here for stand-up. But this time was different in the sense that I did a similar thing. Yes, I have some shows lined up, but I don't have a job. I don't have a steady job. I mean, I do online stuff, and it makes me a little bit money, but I don't have anything set up. But it has been, I mean, I got here late on a Monday night. We had dinner on a Wednesday, and it was like off to the races.
Yeah.
Like, we had that amazing dinner, and you guys are like, oh, you need to talk to this company. They're looking for people, and you got to meet Ben. And then, we ended up just talking. We came back here. We just talked like late into the night about let's do this and this and this and this and call this guy and set this up. And then I call another friend of mine. He's like, oh, I got this other investor for you.
Yeah.
And then the next day I had lunch with Lex, the promoter, and he's like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, talk to this. And then like I got shows set up, and I was just like, bam, 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 bam. And it's like,
Thailand can be whatever you want it
Yeah.
to be for you.
Yeah.
Some people come here just for the bad stuff, like the
Yeah.
sex tourism, the whatever. That could be for you as well. But for some people who are looking for other things, there's also an unlimited amount of opportunities there. For example, when you first came here, you wanted something totally new, right? You wanted a new life, new job, new everything. You got that, and you've also pivoted a few times since then as well, realizing that, oh no, real estate's not
Sure.
for him, and now
Yeah.
doing more like tech or like Bitcoin stuff, and now also doing content stuff. So Thailand is literally the land of whatever you want.
Because the costs are so low in Thailand, it gives you that freedom to step away from having to have a job,
Yeah.
and you can live off of your savings for much longer. And it gives you the time to think, what do I really want out of life? What are my ambitions here? And then you can really try to build towards something very unique that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. I think the lifestyle that we've had here is a very privileged lifestyle. And I could never live this in London.
no,
There's
there's
way.
look, if this was London or LA,
Yeah.
add a couple of zeros and like you might get like the money you would have to make to live this way in London.
We can show them the view later.
Yeah, you'll see the view. Like we're in this beautiful, that we had this nice dinner. Like it is, Yeah, I paid $1.76 for a month at a co-working space. That was an introductory deal. I don't want you to think like co-working spaces are free, but they're like first month free, and I was like, okay, and they're like it's 53 baht, which is $1.76. I'm just like it's amazing, and I think that's what I'm getting this time around that I got a little taste of it the first time around, but I'm really getting it this time that, man, you can be anything you want here. You can figure that out. And what's exciting to me, this was the energy when I first moved to LA when I was in my early 20s. And LA at that time was this city of opportunity. Granted, it's like showbiz, but the thing I loved about LA, what was exciting to me, it was a city where you could be anything you want and everybody just said, yeah. And it attracts a lot of crazy people for sure. Just like
Thailand too.
A lot of crazy people. Like some people, like the people who come for the sex tourism. Those guys are creepy. Whatever. Like there's people that go to LA for the crazy, the drugs and the bullshit. But it also attracts these high functioning, high achieving people. Like I remember my yoga class was like, this woman was a musician for the studio for doing sound scores for big budget movies. This guy was an Olympic swimmer for the Australian team. Like everyone in this yoga class was like high level, like I started studying martial arts and it's like these guys were pros. This guy's in the movie. This guy's a stunt coordinator. Like everybody is like, wow, A-list. Everybody is the best at what they do. I was in acting school with James Franco.
No way.
Oh yeah. Jeff Goldblum was one of my instructors. All of the comics I started with, Bill Burr, Zach Galifianakis, these big name people. I mean, I was emceeing at the Hollywood Improv and Jerry Seinfeld popped in, and explained why he walked away from his $1 million series. Like that was LA. That was just all this exciting stuff was happening. Now it's very much changed, and we could spend hours talking about why America's declining or whatever. But that energy is intoxicating, and I'm feeling it again.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a little bit later in my life, and this is like, I'm like all this cool, this exciting energy. I had dinner last night with this filmmaker and his production team. They're Thai, but they've worked on foreign films here in the Thai film industry. And we were like, we got this script and that, and it was by the end of it, we were all like jazzed up. And I'm like, I was saying, this is what it was like being in film school. You worked on everybody's projects, and I was like, it has that same energy. Going to your company, meeting your boss and talking about this plan that I have, and like, well, let's figure this out, and how do we solve this problem? And it's just, I love that creative energy, and I love that everyone's like, yeah. I don't want to be around people like, that won't work. And that's LA's sort of become that now a little bit, and it's really bumming me out because it used to be this cutting edge creative epicenter, and now it's like floundering on a multitude of levels. So let me ask you this. So now you've both been here about 5 years.
No.
I've been here nearly 3 years now.
3 years, you've been here 5.
Yes.
Okay, so you've been here a while. Now, like, do you see yourself staying in Bangkok, staying in Thailand, staying in Asia, going, like, what are sort of the plans now as you, like, the longer term plan?
So I'd say for both of us, we definitely see ourselves in Thailand for the longer term. But because of what we do, we're constantly traveling. So this year, if I just like listed out all the places that we went to, you would be like, that's crazy.
Yeah, we met in Hong Kong.
Yeah. We've been to, so I was in, oh my gosh, what was the first place? At least a month in the US, 9 different cities, 7 different countries in Europe. So we were in like London, Paris, Marseille, Latvia, Finland, Milan, like a lot of different places in Europe, Japan, Korea, Hong Kong, back to Thailand, China. We were really in Shenzhen. What did we do earlier before the US? I think we did a few places as well.
We're in Vietnam or something?
Yeah, we're in Vietnam. Just, the list goes on. And that's all because Thailand is so cheap to live in and also so easy to travel within Asia, right? given that going to the US was very expensive, and that opened our eyes a lot to things as well, saying that we'll never live there.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice to do business, because I still think that doing business in the US is one of the best places, because everyone is, yes, let's do something. That's the energy you get in the US. But it's so expensive, and it's just gotten way out of control in the political side.
Yeah.
Europe is not somewhere you would work in. I think we realized Europeans don't have the work ethic that we're trying to start something new. It's not the same, and also still expensive. And Asia has got that.
Point to prove.
Yeah, you got the chip on the shoulder, the point to prove, and also being in the central hub, Bangkok, you can travel everywhere for very cheap. That's what we were saying to you as well. We have this beautiful, idyllic life that we don't have to save up 50 years in order to live the ideal life that we want. We get to live it now by having, like, every fortnight or so, we go on a trip. Every weekend we go do something in Bangkok on, like, a nice trip, and every fortnight we go to a different country within Asia or just different parts of Thailand. That's beautiful. You go to a beach every fortnight.
That's the thing that I'm starting to see on this trip. When I came here a year ago, I was like, man, Thailand's cool. I could live down by the beach in Phuket, which is awesome. I could live there for sure. But I was like, I think Bangkok's too big. It's too city for me. But something's different this time. It's probably just I'm different. But I'm seeing, because of all the opportunities and the energy and excitement here, and talking to you guys and other people who are like, so the worst case scenario is I live like dirt cheap in a really nice building in Bangkok, and then at least the very minimum once a month I'm on a plane flying somewhere, surfing, having a great time.
Yeah.
That's not a bad
Okay, I mean, I guess if that's, lock me up if that's. Those are my options. That's the worst case.
This is the poison I picked.
This is all right. You got me, And just in talking with you guys and seeing you doing it, I'm like, you bring up such great points, because like I said, I've been looking for apartments, and a couple of them are like under $400 a month, and I'm like, and they're nice buildings, pool, gym, hot tub.
Yeah.
I'm just living a little bit outside of the city center, but right off a train line, and I'm like, so I just sit on a train and read books twice a day, and then like come into this fantastic city and do all this amazing stuff, and then
It's so great. You kind of want to start gatekeeping.
yeah.
Because I was thinking, this place is so great. I made a post yesterday about how cheap it is, and everyone was asking, what's the living conditions like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, damn, if everyone starts coming here, it's not going to be
It's not that great, guys.
Yeah.
Stay in Europe. It's awesome. America's great.
Yeah.
We're doing great over there. It's a really, and the energy, and I think too, we talked about this. Bitcoiners are very hopeful. We're all Bitcoiners. But again, though, even the non-Bitcoiners I know that I've met here are like, stuff's happening. Like you say, there is a like chip on your shoulder stuff to prove, and that can be a good thing up to a point. Obviously, anything like that can be, if it's too much, it's out of hand. But it's good to have like a little bit of like, no, we gotta.
Yeah, there's definitely a feeling of capitalism here. People, there's no like social welfare system. Like, if you really run to zero, you'll just die on the street. But because it's a very collective environment, people do have that rely on their family a bit more, and they have to collaborate in order to achieve something. But people are less likely to be an employee in Asia. They're more likely to be someone who makes their own business, because as an employee, you can be the CEO of the biggest company in the country and make like $5,000 US a month.
Yeah.
That's the best you're gonna do. That's like the ceiling of salaries.
Yeah.
If you want any more than $5,000, you have to start your own business.
Yeah.
And
That's actually true.
Yeah.
This is a very accurate number. Most CEOs make around 5K. 10K if you're really pushing it.
Yeah. Of the biggest company in the country.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
$5K a month in LA is like struggling.
So the wealth disparity here is pretty like bad. Like, you can see it very openly. The rich are extremely rich from generational wealth. They own everything here.
They're the billionaires.
They're the billionaires. There's so much wealth in family business here, family offices here in Thailand, and then the working class is just, it's very rough. So when we say, CEOs, those are the ones who don't own the business. If you own the business and you're the CEO, then you're super rich, right? So there's a wide range, because it is. some people say Thailand is a third world country. I think Thailand in general maybe is third world, but Bangkok itself is a very highly developed
Bangkok
city.
is a first world country.
It's a very good city.
Yeah, you can go out in the provinces and see stuff that maybe makes you feel like it's third world or whatever, maybe. But I don't know. Bangkok is pretty.
Yeah, Bangkok is nothing like you would think a third world country would be, and that is mainly also it attributes to the wealth disparity here. Yeah, that's why a lot of people, and also I think because of its being a very like a upstarty, startup-y, people can entrepreneur kind of energy. Everyone's trying to start a business, and other people who are trying to start a business come to Thailand to do it. Like I think. I know a lot of expats go to Bali, but I think there's also a lot of expats who are attracted to Thailand, Bangkok, who are not so into the beach vibes and want to be more like a city vibe. So,
but the thing with Bangkok over these other expat hubs is this is probably the most libertarian country in the whole world.
Yeah.
You can literally do anything you want, and nobody's going to stop you. You could even probably dig a hole in the street and no one will stop you. Like the level of freedom that you get in this country is insane, but at the same time, the level of safety that you also get is also, there's nowhere, it's like Japan level safe.
I know. That's what's stunning.
This is the only country in the world where you can live freely, do whatever you want, yet everybody is very nice and polite and follows the rules. So it's that like polar opposites that work together to make this utopia in a way. And I don't really know how to describe it because it's both libertarian yet safe. So, yeah,
it's an amazing way to put it.
It's idyllic.
Yeah.
Amazing way to put it. Well, I really appreciate you guys taking your time, and it was great connecting with you in Hong Kong. It's been great since I've been here, and I really appreciate you showing me around and setting me up with people and like, let's do a podcast. I just love the energy of it, and it's really cool to be, welcomed into this space. I dig it. So
yeah. And I think we're going to do a lot more stuff together soon.
Yeah. I think so too. This first episode we did earlier today was pretty rad.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, thank you, Maddie. Yeah. Thank you, Tia. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for watching.
See you.
Kwap tum krap.